Second half's underway at the McAlpine Stadium. Tetley's Super League 8 penultimate weekend. Warrington, if they win, will have the chance of making it into the top 6.
Get squared.
It was a rip-roaring, in many ways violent first 40 minutes. 5 men in the sin bin. I think now we are back to a full complement on either side. 13 plays 13. Paul Riley, the last of the 5th, the fullback and captain of Huddersfield, back on the field. And, well, we now have 40 minutes, and I just wonder how this 40 minutes will pan out.
It'll be interesting, but the side who buckles down and starts playing regulation rugby league football, and that's doing their tackling and doing it right, and then swinging the ball about. Warrington will have to feel pretty confident. They've slung it wide several occasions.
Napo was almost well, he was under pressure. He was almost trapped then. Good kick though downfield, and Marcus Centelaire's got to run this ball back, and he does only as far though as the first tackle in that came from the number 15. Jerome Guisset. Let's go down to the sideline. Bill, I bet the half-time talks were interesting.
Certainly sounds like it, Eddie, when Tony Smith apparently walked into that Huddersfield Giants dressing room. He was met with a deathly quiet atmosphere, because the players know that they really didn't do themselves justice in that first 40 minutes. They went into this game, the Huddersfield Giants are saying, with a game plan, and they've got nowhere near that because they've been distracted by their indiscipline, and they've really got to focus on what they prepared to do in this game, and that's to beat the Warrington Wolves. It's ironic, you know, that a few weeks ago on Boots and All, Tony Smith, in a debate about refereeing, was talking about the need maybe for 2 referees on the pitch. I'm sure Russell Smith could do with an ally out there as well. As for Paul Cullen, well, he was happy with the first half hour from his side, but then they just dropped off a bit and allowed Huddersfield to impose their game on them, and Paul Cullen wants them to get back to the way they were playing, and obviously for both coaches the word discipline was used at half-time as well.
Yes, it must have been. They have to maintain some discipline now. They have to take some form with them into the playoffs if they're going there. They can't simply bash their way into the playoffs, Steve. Another penalty against Huddersfield. That's the 12th in the match, and that is for not standing square at the play of the ball.
Well, I'd like to believe that you're correct, Eddie, that they will not be just bash barge, as we saw for most of the first stanza. And yet another silly penalty given away against this Warrington side. We said at half-time that not only do they have to keep themselves calm and collected, they cannot give away silly penalties like that. They have suffered so much as a Huddersfield side, and Tony Smith, the coach, knows it in that first 40 minutes. They can't afford to do it.
This is Wainwright for Warrington. That's good tackling there by Jamie Bloom. There's the stark penalty count. That's 12-4 in Warrington's favour. This is Guisset, the French international. Turner is there. So too Mick Slicker.
To be fair, Tony Smith will be quite happy with the fact that they've been caned so hard in the penalty count.
This is Nathan Ward, and Riley gets to him and manages to haul him down. But 3 tackles left in the bank, and they're so close again, Warrington. Clark to Guisset. It goes on. And this is Appo. Oh, that wasn't the best pass from Appo. It was forward anyway. And Huddersfield have it. They picked it up in the shape of Julian Bailey.
Oh, I tried to offload it. Impossible situation. Huddersfield crowd now, they want their penalties.
This is Bloom. They've got the penalty.
Composure now needed by the Giants. All they need to do, either side, is to get back to that game plan. Bill Arthur has already mentioned that Tony Smith gave them the rounds of the kitchen, mainly due to the fact that they just did not do what they were told.
2 balls. So the referee will hold them up again because there are 2 footballs on the field. 18-0, the Saints are ahead at Headingley. 18-2, Wigan at home against Hull. That is the way it looks at the top of the table if the results stay as they are now. And Wigan will be in pole position to claim second behind the league leaders, the Bradford Bulls. Knock on by Mick Slicker. Not the best pass.
No, it wasn't. He was having to lean forward to it. The one thing that referee Russell Smith has to do, Eddie, to try to keep them apart, is make sure that there's a good 10 separates them.
Well, I think it was O'Doherty or was it Bailey who was having a word with him, as they left the field at half-time about a skinny 10 metres that he believed the referee was keeping.
Well, getting to the faces, which we often see, it does a good job, but it also irritates the opposition as well.
Russell, to be fair, normally keeps a very, very deep 10 metres. It's 12 or more.
Well, he's doing that now. It didn't in the first half.
Good ball from Appo, but Darren Burns couldn't take the ball in.
Well, that was telegraphed. Silly play. I don't know why Warrington are wanting to do clever things when they've got through this season doing basics. He was always going to be spotted there.
Oh, Bailey.
Oh, dearie me.
The pass went straight into the chest. And Paul Cullen's going potty on the sidelines. And his team have got the ball back. Paul Noon plays the ball to John Clark. This is Brent Gross. Two of them went high for him. The referee shouts, keep them low.
Yet again, you see them going for the heads.
Something about Appo it was, if I read the lips correctly.
Well, he's got to be getting involved a little bit more. That's what he needs.
Here he is. Nathan Wood, wide to Domick, and Heffin O'Hare got good tackle in as it turned out. It was risky. Nathan Wood chips it over the... Oh, knock on!
Shoulder.
And someone was taken out.
They'll take the two. No doubt about it. Quick thinking by Nathan Wood. Got a wonderful rugby league brain, this fella. And no doubt.
O'Doherty.
O'Doherty, the loose forward. Went straight for the little halfback, who made sure that he'd get an Oscar for this.
We're doing good.
Certainly got the shoulder charge. You can do that if you're running in the same direction, but
On your line,
not when
please,
you do
Lawrence.
it on the angle. Shakes his head.
Ian Morrison lost the ball anyway, so Warrington would have had head and feet at the scrum, but they're penalised Huddersfield for that nudge by O'Doherty.
Just a metre in front, please.
We just saw a quick shot of Paul Cullen, the Warrington Supremo, sending the message out, I think, to this fella to start moving it wide, not to start bringing the ball back inside. That's a couple of times that Appo's done that.
Appo scores the penalty. It's 18-6. Warrington now.
That's about third time. Okay.
Wakefield at home next week will be some occasion for Warrington if they can make it to the 6. And it's already an all-ticket sellout. Black market tickets in Warrington, I wonder, next week.
No doubt you've got a few.
Oh, fistful. Bill, injury news, I believe.
That's right, Eddie. Warrington have got a busted Gaskell, and Dean Gaskell, who took a knock at the end of the first half, we saw him being led off, will not be coming back in the second half by the sound of things. He was badly shaken up, had a cut in the mouth, and he's still a little bit groggy. And meanwhile, down on the sidelines, Mark Hilton and Nick Fozzard are getting ready to come back and lend their presence to this Warrington Wolves effort.
Hands up, two.
Warrington in possession, and this is John Clark.
I must say, in that first 40 minutes, it's difficult. We give the man of the match. It was difficult to pick anybody out because nobody was doing anything other than fighting.
Could have given it to Russell Smith for the 5 yellow cards.
Oh, do me a favour.
Appo with the kick over the top and out on the full, I think.
Yep.
That's a mistake from Graham Appo.
One for the 40-20. Behind the line as well, not far in. Oh, only a foot. And that could just turn the game.
It was on the 4th tackle, so it's the scrum, not the turnover.
Big 5, Brent.
It's sufficient.
Nathan.
Just the wrong side of the whitewash.
Darren Burns, kick it back 3 in.
Ball at the back of the scrum.
Let him up, Darren 1.
And that's Paul White.
Good work as well. Quick run from the base of the scrum. A little bit more urgency.
Help 2, get out.
Got to quicken up this play the ball, Huddersfield.
Busted.
This is March. Here is Jamie Bloom.
Oh, what an offload.
That was. This is Gannon. The Warrington defence stands firm. They have a penalty now, Huddersfield. The referee penalising Warrington just as he penalised Huddersfield in the first half. Shouted held, and they insisted on putting the man on the deck.
They've gone for the
taken
power
quick
play.
tap. Yes, they have. Wide and over the top and on the bounce. Appo missed him, but Morrison held on.
Poor
and
pass
took
down.
the tackle.
Poor pass, Eddie. They lost it. Valuable ground forward.
This is Riley.
Hands up, 2.
Wainwright with the tackle.
Come on, Nathan.
Here is March. Rorty again. Chip over the top. They've gone early looking for the speed of Heffin O'Hare. And Cardis tidies up and takes the ball over the touching goal line.
Good option. Kicking early. Right over the top there. But this fullback, Cardis, he got a good bounce. He was coming to it.
Stay behind, lads.
Just desperation. He was a little bit late there.
Go and get on with it, Warrington.
O'Hare was so close. He comes to the rescue, this Cardis. And all of a sudden, this game has turned on its head. It is now Huddersfield with all the possession and positional play.
Interesting, Daryl Cardis, he's been beaten already by the Giants twice this year with Halifax. Good deep drop out from under the sticks. Rorty to run it back. Missed by a good tackle, but a great offload again. And a wonderful ball from McNamara to Morrison.
Starting to fall off, gaining in confidence of the Giants.
Well, they're starting to play football.
Yep.
This is Riley.
Hands up, 2. Play ball, 2. Come on back, Sid.
Here now is Gannon. Finds March. It went behind Jamie Blue. Picked up by Heffin O'Hare. Gary Hulse didn't get the hand on Heffin O'Hare. Offload again to McNamara. Oh, Riley.
He knew exactly what he wanted to do. The brain said yes.
You've had your chance.
The body said no. See how he just took his eyes off the football. It's a basic error. It amazes me how many do that during the course of 80 minutes of Super League. I know they're under a lot of pressure, but he wasn't on that occasion.
So here come Warrington again. This is the figure of Sid Domick. Nathan Wood, Michael Wainwright taking on Jamie Bloom.
You know, Eddie, 3 or 4 weeks ago we were praising the officials because there was none of this messing around in the play of the ball. It seems to have just come back into boom.
I think it also has got a lot to do with the desperation of the sides. Remember, the games we were watching involved clubs like Wigan, Saints, Leeds and Bradford.
Wait!
This is Clark. Wide it goes to Apo. Little dummy, another little dummy, and then Cardis.
Held it well there, but they were not fooled by the dummy runner coming through. It was pretty good defence there from Huddersfield.
Clark will have to kick this and does, slides it through. Well picked up though by Heffin O'Hare. Gary Hulse misses him again. Clark.
Oh, he threw one in then.
He stuck to him. Clarky, down to you. It's a lot quieter so far in the first half.
It is, Eddie. You know, you sense a bit of a nervousness, I think, from both sides, really. They can tell how much is at stake and how desperate they are to play well and to win the game. But really, it's probably affecting the performances. Can't lack the aggression and enthusiasm in defence, but at times it's maybe a little bit misguided. It's making life even harder for them. But the difficult thing when you're playing rugby league, Eddie, it's easier when we sit at home and watch the game, is to think, you know, what are they conceding these penalties for?
Anyway there, Jamie.
It's important you never take a backward step, really, otherwise it's the first signs really maybe of weakness in your side, and that's the reason why at times you're trying to act tough. You're just got to do it within the rules.
Paul Newton penalised there for lifting in the tackle. Huddersfield with more territory here. Another try, and a try for Huddersfield, and it will really be on.
Nervous times for the Wolves.
Clearly looking for the penalty, but he never played. That's got to be a knock-on.
He's lost it.
Okay.
Good defence.
Darren Cleary was looking for the penalty, and it wasn't coming.
Oh, he just lost control of it. He really regained it. Just a little bit of a help there from...
I think it's Buzzard's arm.
It looks it to me.
Bomb.
Yep. And they're looking to get away with that.
Oh, lovely little dummy from Nathan Wood, and Nathan Wood's away.
Oh, he's been taken out. It's got to be a penalty there.
Daryl Cardis was taken out in back play.
It's got to be a penalty. He's playing the advantage, I think.
This is Domick.
Hands up, 2.
No, advantage is gone now, Steve-O. Here's Hulse. Now it's Hilton. Well, tackle low down though on that occasion.
Well, I think the touch judge really should have taken that out. Cardis was definitely pulled back on purpose, and that's got to be a penalty.
Oh, Noon's away!
Oh, it's a
slip footed.
Steve McNamara pulling him back here.
Steve McNamara pulling the man back off the ball. Penalty to Warrington again.
To him anyway. Nowhere near it.
Goes to it, yeah. Holding Apo back, and he was on it a quarter as hard as what occurred to Daniel Cardis. This is what they watch at the bottom screen down the right-hand corner. Cardis just pulled away, thrown away by the winger.
I think it was Riley again. And the one that was penalised was by Steve McNamara on Apo.
Well, we might give the fullback Paul Riley the watch, Eddie. Then he knows how long 10 minutes is in the sin bin.
Well, do you know that Tony Smith believes that Paul Riley is the second best fullback in Super League behind Chris Rudlinski? That's his view. By the way, talking of fullbacks, Paul Wellens has been called into the Great Britain squad today.
And obviously David Waite does not agree with Tony Smith. Good work though by the halfback Nathan Wood, through the dummy through. There you see Cardis on the right hand side being flicked off. Well, the things that have occurred in back play in this game has been extremely scrappy. As you say, Eddie, it's desperation, but it can be farcical at times.
Well, this is an important kick, not only in the context of this match, but of course also for the fact that Huddersfield will have to score 3 times if this sails over. Huddersfield have to score 3 times, it's 20 points to 6. Warrington have the scent of a place in the top 6. And how crucial will that match be tomorrow night now for Warrington when Widnes take on London?
Unbelievable weekend, and then of course we've got the finale of the Super League itself next week. Well, looking forward to this. Has been a great season.
Oh, it has, and Widnes London, it'll be just as intense as this. Saints, remember, doing their near neighbours a big favour. Saints beating Leeds, while Wigan are beating Hull at the moment. Can Widnes do Warrington a favour by taking out the London Broncos?
Well, it's amazing stuff. It's amazing, isn't it? 2 months ago you would have bet your house, well I would anyway, on the fact that Leeds would finish in 2nd position, and they've just fallen.
Who's going to the grand final on the 18th of October? Well, they can't tell you that, but they can tell you everything else about that wonderful night at the Theatre of Dreams. 0113 232 911.
Not a bad effort there from Graham Apo. Just went over the dead in goal, but as you can see, this Warrington defence is so eager. Got to be impressed, Paul Cullen, by the way that they're going as a unit. See how they compress them to force Huddersfield down a very narrow passage.
McNamara misses out Crabtree, finds Jim Gannon.
Very difficult to get away from the fact that it's all one-out football, created by that keenness in this defensive quality of the Wolves outfit. Oh, that's a gamble, and it hasn't come off.
It hasn't. Nathan Wood marshalling the troops behind Mike Wainwright as he gets to his feet. This is Fozzard.
The one sad thing about this situation, Eddie, is that if oh, that's a high one again. Said it's across the chest. I tell you what, he just shakes his head.
Looks like Saints and Wigan are going to win this evening. 20 minutes to go. And that, remember, is how it looks at the top of the table. 1, 2, 3. And Wigan could now finish 2nd in the table.
As we approach the final quarter, I'm just a little bit concerned that if Warrington do score a try here, that maybe the Giants' heads will go down.
Cardis!
But the heads may go down, but the arms may stay up.
Last tackle here for Warrington, and Nathan Wood is running it. Gives it to Apo. Apo! They're expecting the kick. It's not coming. It's bounced out though.
He's lost it. Well, it was worth the gamble. Oh,
Fozzard
finished them off. That's the way to do it.
Rorty felt that.
Oh.
And Fozzard and Rorty. Fozzard, if you were with us between 7:30 and 8 tonight, you'd have seen Fozzard giving Rorty.
Oh, it's got to go.
Apo. I was going to say Fozzard giving Rorty a trip around Huddersfield in the beauty spots.
Well,
there's nothing much beautiful about this.
Well, the hardest thing now for the official is that it did not send Mark Hilton off.
Send him off.
Well, is he not going to put it on report? Whack! Well, why on earth do you want to do a thing like that?
Well, it wasn't as high as the Hilton one.
Oh, no doubt about it. Went brushed up onto the... But the thing is, it finished...
Under the chin.
Yeah, into the neck. That gives the old Adam's apple a bit of a workout.
White, that's a good ball to Crabtree.
Hands up, two, get square, get up quickly. Wait, Mike.
Well, it's just beggars belief, the fact that
Broughty,
a
tackled
team...
by Nathan Wood, it wrapped him up as well.
A team that's leading 20 points to 6 and throw away a good position by just, well, a swinging arm when they don't need it.
March to Jamie Bloom.
Oh, that's another one. Nathan, well, it's on. Well, at least it's 1-on-1 this half, so you've got to enjoy it.
March, that's a good kick to the corner, but well, I think it went the right side of the corner flag for him. It's going to be a scrum, 20 metres in, 10 metres out.
Not a bad option. So it was just a little bit too long. No chance that O'Hare can get anywhere near it.
Nice and steady. Huddersfield back to stay.
Well, they look pretty calm, the two coaches. And I think deep inside there'll be quite a lot of turmoil.
Well, don't forget, a couple of weeks ago, Tony Smith virtually gave up Huddersfield's chances, but things have turned around a bit, and their win last week against Widnes here has put them in the frame slightly.
Never say never, did.
Well, you never know what's going to happen.
You just said it. Never.
Clarkey, downstairs to you.
I think one of the things you've seen from this game is the reason why this season has probably been the most competitive since we switched to summer rugby. Even teams in the lower half of the league, these two teams are at the present, are still playing with a tremendous commitment, really, and that commitment shown in defence. At times, the technique in defence has been poor, hence the reason why you've seen so many penalties. But there's a certain intensity, really, that we want to breed in the games over here, which will help to help the best players play at a higher level.
Referee has warned Paul Riley that another sin binning is on the cards.
Yep, cheers, Pete.
Nice play on words, that, isn't it?
Yeah, it certainly is. I mean, Russell Smith's backside must be quite warm because the friction between the cards has been non-stop.
Balls on again. That's one.
Appo. That was Gleeson to Wood, and here is Domick. Trying to slide him over the line, Heffin O'Hare and Paul March. Now here's Gary Holtz. He's a wholehearted little player, this.
Bit of a dynamite. He goes at it.
Fossard.
Just a little bit more control now. Maybe Warrington looking for a drive to the sticks. Will they pick the one up? Will they go for the field goal?
Wainwright. Bloom was round the shoulders.
Somebody's boots gone.
McNamara's, I think he had it whipped off his ankle and off his foot by Gleeson. And Wood has gone for the one-pointer, and he's got it.
Mr. Wobbly. It got over all right.
It wobbled and it went right and it went left, and eventually it found its way over. Look at this.
Great tactic. So important. Nathan Wood mentioned earlier that the man thinks so quickly. And this is a wonderful effort. Look at it coming round like that. Oh, eat your heart out, David Beckham. That was a classic. And he knows it's important. They get the ball back. They just keep.
He got one.
Yep.
A couple of weeks ago, he's just got his second. And Warrington growing in belief that this will be their night.
And this is the moment where Russell Smith knows that the red signs can start coming out. The danger zone is coming into it. You can see there that they're getting irritated with the Giants. It's been a strong effort for him, but as Graham Steadman said at half-time, is that the amount of work that the Giants have had to do in the first half, it's got to take its toll late in this game.
Oh, Nathan Wood again, little drop of the shoulder. A good job that Rorty kept hold of the ankle. And March got to him. Gleeson. The ball back to Appo, who hammers it downfield. Oh, there's a collision on the way here. Riley took control of the situation. There was a danger then. There would have been a collision between him and Paul White.
Good shout there by the fullback Paul Riley. So confident. It's mine. He went a bit astray in the first half, just lost the marble slightly, but he's the man that has the ability to get the Giants back into this match.
It was Marcus St. Hilaire, by the way, who nearly had the collision with Riley. My apologies. This is Heffin O'Hare. Gary Holt sticking to his task. Rorty, Morrison. Last tackle here, Turner. There's Paul White. There's a little dab through, and Westwood read it well and did well to hang on to that. It was bobbling all over the place.
What a scoop. Took that on the half volley. Had a big game. Ben Westwood did nothing wrong and everything right. It's a couple of occasions when he looked as though he was going down that short side, made sure he kept himself in the field of play.
Oh, that was a big hit on Nick Fossard, and shouting the instructions down the walkie-talkie. This is Gleeson.
At times, knowing Paul Cullen, he doesn't need that walkie-talkie. Boy, can he yell.
Just inside.
Kick down the middle is by Appo, and Appo is leading the way, putting all of his chasers on side. Riley pops the ball up and gets the return from Heffin O'Hare. And Riley's away.
Wonderful rubbing in
What a gaze high.
What on earth is going through them? Paul Cullen must be going absolutely mad up there in the stand. This is wonderful football. Oh, you've got to admire that. The combination there between the fullback Riley and O'Hare was wonderful. And then he goes on the grab.
And that, I was going to say that hasn't made touch. The touch just says it has, though. Cardis was flying in the air.
This will be interesting. I think he's given head and feet. He has.
Cardis believes that he had stopped this from going over the whitewash.
He has.
And he did.
Well, that is a bad mistake by the touch judge. Pretty difficult though, because the ball was going behind him.
No, maybe there was a foot that hit the deck. Anyway, it's a job for the Warrington defence to do.
Giants need to try. They know it.
This is White again.
They've got to try to give the wobbles to this Warrington outfit. Who yet again, Eddie, have done two silly penalties when they're in control of the game.
Drive forward by Matt Whitaker here. They're 4 metres away. They come back to Earl Crabtree. And then wide to Paul Marsh. And then a dab to the corner. An invitation to chase it, runs touching goal.
Well, that's respect that is shown to this Warrington defence, is the fact that every time that the Giants get anywhere near the Wolves line, all they're left with is the option for the kick. That's the third occasion that we've seen little Paul March dink that into the corner.
Play ball.
This is Westwood now for Warrington.
Two release.
Fossard to drive it forward.
Hands up, three. Back, come on back.
We play the ball. Warrington got Huddersfield on the back foot at the moment. Gleeson is wrestled to the ground by Gannon. Here is Nathan Wood. Now Mike Wainwright back on the inside to Cardis. Tried to get underneath the big arms of Earl Crabtree there. Appo, it's charged down. It's going to be 6 to go. Nathan Wood. And he offloads. They all know. Do they know it's 6 to go? The referee's wiping the tackle counter.
Off the shoulder.
Boy, it is getting tough again.
No, I ain't done it. 0. Sorry, 1. It's off the charge down. That's 1.
Gissey.
Down and knock silly. 2. Back.
Gleeson waits at dummy half. That's a great run from Noon again.
Release 3. Let him up quickly.
It's Paul Wood, I beg your pardon. This is Appo. Here is Gleeson. Gleeson to Nathan Wood. Nathan Wood flicks it back to Appo. Appo.
Let him up.
Great defence there.
Get off.
They had to as well. Ben Rorty had to go low.
Gleeson spins it back to Nathan Wood. Another 1 pointer, charge down. And straight into the arms of Rorty. And here come Huddersfield on the counter.
Oh, it's all on yet again.
Jamie Bloom.
Well, I'm nervous. I don't know about the viewers. There's plenty of this going on.
Riley manages managed to hang on.
Hands off 3 and back.
March. A little drill through by White, and it's bounced happily for St. Hilaire. St. Hilaire's goal!
He's dropped it.
That was an opportunity there.
This was goal, not penalty.
And it was Paul White. It was a try begging St. Hilaire's pass, and he just took his eye off it.
Just took his eye off the situation. This is a situation earlier when they charged it down. Now Wood didn't have to offload because that, listen to the expression on the coach. Why on earth do you have to do that? Oh, he's got plenty to say to his charges after this game. They should have been cruising, but they're not. They're becoming their own worst enemy.
Come on, get in.
A young Paul White.
Time off,
That was
please.
a golden opportunity for the 20-year-old.
It was a shame. It ricocheted well. Good work by Marcus St. Hilaire.
They're 10 minutes away from a real assault on the 6 in the last weekend. Can Warrington make it?
Well, if they do, Eddie, they'll have learned a very important lesson tonight. They've got the vital 2 points that they need, but they also know that they've got to really get their mindset on what to do.
And how fitting, Steve-O, if they do manage to clinch it, that they clinch it in the last ever league match at Wilderspool.
I know you believe in fairy tales.
3, release.
I suppose with a hairstyle like you've
Get
got.
away. Hold, 3.
But I know all about big bad wolves.
Well, you're always thinking about the youth of this day and age.
Now, 4. Wait, lads.
But getting back to that point in regards where Cullen realises that they've got to be a bit more steadier in under the pressure. That's a good kick there from Nathan Wood.
He was looking for a 40-20. Riley had read the script.
I must say that Nathan Wood really has been the star as far as I'm concerned. He's steadied the ship. He's made sure that the kick and chase game has been effective.
Bailey with the run, but the tackle important. And this is Whittaker again. Oh, that ball's come away. Warrington have got it back.
Well, to be fair to the substitute Matthew Whittaker, they're in that zone now where they've got to try everything.
They're on halfway, Warrington, after an hour. St Helens looked as though the match was in their pockets, but look at that. Leeds are ahead, 24-20 after 75 minutes. Wigan are going to win against Hull. What does this mean? It means Leeds are back up into second place.
What a
Helens. What a fight back from Leeds. Offside. And of course, sin bin in here.
Got a warning.
He's got to go.
March is in the sin bin.
Off you go. Your team's on a warning. You've gone straight in front of me on the 10 metres.
And you heard the official. The team was on a warning.
And of course, he's never been out of Russell Smith's ear all night, Paul March. But Huddersfield will play out the last home game here at the McAlpine Stadium this year, down to 12 men.
Time off,
Well, you
please.
can see there that March had left the trap a little bit too early. Came back. What did he say as well?
Well, that was the reason, Steve-O, we're concentrating, by the way, as well as this match here, with all the sin binnings and all the drama, the fact that the top two, they get the second bite of the cherry. They're the only two who do in the playoff system, and that's why it's absolutely crucial for Wigan or Saints.
Could you imagine the half-time
Wigan or
talk?
Leeds, rather.
Could you imagine the half-time talk from Darryl Powell? He would have said exactly that. It's sudden death, boys, unless we get back into this game. And full credit, they've dug deep. It's not over, though.
Paul March has just become the fourth Huddersfield player in the sin bin tonight. Warrington have had two.
And the amazing,
Graham Appo here to really boot the life out of Huddersfield.
the amazing thing is, Eddie, is that the referee, Russell Smith, has been spot on every occasion. The only thing I can criticise him for is the fact that he did not send Hilton off early in the game. If he would have sent him off straight away, I don't think we'd have had that schmozzle that we had in the first 40 minutes.
Maybe not, but in Hilton's defence, if there be a defence, it was the first tackle by him of the match.
Well, I think he'll need Perry Mason.
Appo has added two more. They're inching away now. 23 points to 6. The Warrington fans will be there in numbers next week, and Huddersfield, They know that their season of wonderful endeavour and wonderful spirit is not going to end with a place in the top 6. But for John Sharp's sake, that might be a good thing. He has something to go for next year. Clarkie.
I think it's probably fitting, isn't it, that if Warrington do make it to the 6th, they've improved so much, haven't they, in 12 months. If you imagine this time last year, they were just trying to stay in the top flight, not be relegated down a division. I'll tell you what, there's some defence gone on here today. The speed of the defensive line from both teams has been absolutely incredible. I don't know whether there's some bitterness really between the two players, but they've certainly put it into one another. And the Huddersfield side really just don't have enough creative backs out there now to really cause much problem. It's just really been a lot of hard running, but not a lot else really from them. Paul Cullen will hope that the rest of his players just stay on the field and nobody gets sent off. He's got enough really, relying on the fact that Mark Hilton doesn't get suspended next week. He can't afford for any of his players to get involved in anything, which could see them suspended from the final league game.
Penalty for Nick Fossard, lifting between the legs, not allowed. Huddersfield coming forward here with Nick Slicker. And Slicker driving his way towards the line, but being forced back. Now can Huddersfield get over the line for at least some consolation? They're trying, and this here is Whittaker. And again he's forced back by sheer weight of numbers. Paul White just lost the footing at the vital moment again. Turner waits at dummy half. Here is Riley. Showed it to Rorty. Will have to take the tackle. And again he's pushed back a couple of meters. Ball has come back. It's with Turner. It's wide to Heffin O'Hare. Still going to Heffin O'Hare. He's through Guisset. He's going to get there. No! Held up. What an effort from this Warrington defence.
Well, that just sums it all up. He couldn't see, couldn't Russell Smith, to be fair to him. He wants to see if there's any. He hasn't got the ground, and then he wants to go back and have a look at something else.
Yes, he wants to look at if there is a knock-on in the lead-up anyway. It's not down.
No try.
Terrific defence.
knock-on first, Jeff.
Well, they held off.
That came out and it looked like it went forward.
Well, they just want to see how to restart this game.
I think they're looking also about the knock-on. They can go back that far. Was this a knock-on? It's no try. Definitely no try.
He couldn't get it down.
It's this bit here.
You see, is it? Was it pulled out or was it lost?
I think he dropped it. The referees at the bottom of the screen, they're saying it went back.
Trying to throw the dummy to the fullback Paul Riley. Then O'Hare will get it up, and I must say they're caught napping with the Warrington defence, just a little bit lax. NOTRY.
But it's just how they restart. Who'll have the scrum feed? It's the attack. It's Huddersfield. It went backwards. That was his original call, and he has been proved right by the video referee Jeff Berry. So it's scrum, attack, Huddersfield with another 6 tackles here.
Merely consolation, of course.
Paul White.
They haven't got enough time. Or have they?
No, it's not St Helens and Leeds we're watching.
Or was that a knock-on?
Rorty!
He probably would have made it, you know, but the post stopped him.
Right on the line. Turner spins the ball back. That's great defence from Warrington.
Wonderful stuff. This will be pleasing Paul Cullen.
Can they hang on though? McNamara. Wainwright doing well. 4 tackles gone. Riley waits at dummy half. He'll go on his own, Riley. That's the last one. Can Warrington hang on? Turner. McNamara. Kick to the in goal. Hack forward. They're going to score. They are going to score.
I'm not so sure he'll go to the screen on this.
He won't. He'll give it.
Oh, he's giving it.
Try, and Jamie Bloom is claiming it. Was it him? Was it St Hilaire? Jamie Bloom's come up with the ball. He says it's mine.
Good little step through from Steve McNamara. Look at that. They're all queuing for it.
I think that's St Hilaire's feet.
So do I. But did he get a downward pressure? He was pretty confident with the referee.
Well, they both got to it.
He said it's fine. No, it isn't. It's fine. I'm picking the ball up. Oh, great little dink through, wasn't it? Watch this. It's hard to say. He was happy.
Well, he's claimed it.
Mere consolation, but I'm with you, Eddie. Marcus St. Hilaire got there first. Bloom finished up with the football.
Well, McNamara will add the extras. 23 points to 12.
Well, at least that kick is a fitting farewell for this man at his home stadium, but Paul Cullen, we just saw there.
Well, I think that's the try scorer, Marcus
So
St.
do I.
Hilaire.
What do I do? Put them both down?
Well done. Just don't say anything to Jamie Bloom. Clarkie, what do you think? Do you think Warrington have got a real chance?
Well, the Huddersfield Giants here, it's only 2 converted tries in 2.5 minutes. They've also got a chance. I think that probably Huddersfield just gave themselves too much to do in the second half. Not just in terms of the lead that Warrington had at half-time, but the amount of possession that Warrington side had really, and they dominated the game. And when they did have a few opportunities early in the second half, they came up with handling errors just on the halfway line, early in the tackle count. And it's those chances really that you've got to hold on to possession, and if not score, then maybe get a goal line dropout and put some pressure onto the Warrington line. They didn't do that. They missed a couple of opportunities, and they've probably just not given themselves enough of a chance. But very competitive game, and I can't wait to see Warrington get into the playoffs if they do, and what they might do at that stage, because there's such an enthusiasm rolling behind the club this year. Just know what they might do.
Entering the last second. Well, it's going to be a penalty.
Yeah,
He didn't hear him.
Yeah.
He didn't hear him. He said held 2, and St. Hilaire shot off because he believed he wasn't held.
Well, he's been around long enough to know that once the whistle goes, and it left him to a nice smile on Tony Smith.
Last home game at the McAlpine for Tony Smith. He'll be at Headingley next year. And what a story it may have developed at Headingley tonight. Have Leeds held on now for victory against St Helens? Yes, they have. 30 points to 20. Saints, remember, were 18-0 up at one stage. Wigan have beaten Hull.
Come on, get on with it.
So it stays as you were at the top of the table, and Leeds only have to win at Hull now to claim second. But Hull will have to win to get into the 6, and we'll see that match next Friday. Wigan will have to beat Castleford if Hull beat Leeds. Oh, well, we go right to the end of the season. Kicks on the way, 2 more points, 23-25. They've added 2 more, and Warrington's assault on that top 6 will go right down to the last weekend of the season.
And if you can feel proud, can that man? The tactics have been good. What everybody expected, a real rough set to in the opening 15-20 minutes. It was Warrington that sucked Huddersfield into it and then left it. They started throwing the ball out wide. The indiscipline from Huddersfield gave them the opportunities, and really at half-time it was all over, wasn't it? Oh, they've got the ball back though.
They have. St Hilaire. Oh, Ben Westwood.
No advantage.
What's happening? Well, he said no.
Knock on, no advantage.
Warrington's knock on, no advantage. It's going to be head and feet to Huddersfield.
Will they have time to put it down? I don't think so. Wainwright's down on his knees, and this will be just about it. Can't find the football. Here comes the hooter.
There it is. It's all over, and Warrington have won. And Paul Collins' dreams of a top 6 finish continues on. There are lots of talking points in this match. The 2 coaches exchanging early views. 2 tries apiece, but 7 penalty goals from the boot of Apo and Darryl Cardis have won this match for the Warrington Wolves. Huddersfield's dream is over. Warrington's dream is very much alive.